Hello, sleepyheads. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Remy and I make ASMR videos. For today's video, with something of a creaky voice, I'm going to be doing a little bit more mic scratching. I'm actually going to do two versions of this today on two different topics. So whispering on two different topics. Speaking on two different topics. One's soft spoken and then the second video will be whispered. And both will be with mic scratching, just so you have options if you have a preference in terms of my voice while I'm doing this. So for this soft-spoken video, I'm going to be speaking to you a little bit about some of the friends I had growing up, some childhood friends, especially like grade school friends. They remained my friends for my entire childhood, but I did change schools and start going to school much further away when I was going into 4th grade. And I didn't love that school culture, even though I made many wonderful friends there as well, but just to keep things super light and super nostalgic, I'm gonna focus on my friends I made in my younger years. So the first two that come to mind, yes, they lived up the street and were brothers. They were both adopted by our neighbors at the same time out of Russia. And one of them was Russian and the other was Mongolian Russian. And we would get up to all kinds of stuff together. They were my best friends. And kind of like twins, even though they weren't quite the same age. Just such peas in a pod. And we would play all kinds of made-up games. And video games, and shoot pool, billiards, and play street hockey and basketball in my front driveway, and we even gave them our home when my family didn't want it anymore. We did everything together, and it was so nice to come home from school and have one of them, the more boisterous one, come running down the street and knock on our door, and I could hear him asking my mom, Mrs. Doll, can Remy come out to play? Or I would call down to them from the window in my parents' bedroom. And then they had a little sister. She was adopted from China, and she was part of our little brigade, our little neighborhood troop. And I even taught the boys how to ride bikes after my older siblings taught me. And I also had a friend named I'm just gonna say the first letter of I'm just gonna say the first letters of all their names. So I had a friend named L. L as in Laura, but not Laura. L as in Lucy, but not Lucy. And I met Elle in preschool, and we were friends for many years. I think it was my first experience of the feeling of being in love, because I just thought the world of her, and I thought that she was so cool. I looked up to her, and I was just so happy to spend time with her. And after she moved away, I missed her all the time. But she was really adventurous. She was really good at soccer, and she was just a really fun person to play make-believe with, because she was really charismatic and imaginative and didn't really skip a beat. She was really good at improvising, and I think we had similar sensibilities in terms of what was fun and what was cool. Like, we would do things like set up and drive our parents crazy, but set up red thread, like wind it around different furniture legs and into the banister, like the wooden dowels of a banister, and we'd make like a laser, like in a museum, like in a spy movie. You have to get around all the different laser beams, and we would pretend that we were, doing a heist or escaping down the side of a building with some rope, and her mom would come home and be like, "Who put footprints all over my nice white wall?" Because we would have climbed, because we rappelled down the wall from a landing, a midway point down a staircase. One side of it was open with, again, kind of a banister, and we tied something to that railing and jumped off the side, leaving our dirty little footprints all over the wall. And I think the first time I ever got drunk was accidentally, because we drank a bunch of sangria that our mom had left in the fridge. To be fair, it just looked like a very special kind of juice, with all the bits of fruit bobbing along the surface. And then I also had a friend named R, and I met her in kindergarten. And she was very, very anxious. She couldn't come to school a lot of the time because of separation anxiety. She missed her mom too much, so she needed to carry around these little stuffed animals for comfort. One of them was missing its little eye, because they'd been, loved so intensely. So they were like her security blanket, that sort of thing. But even though at first I was a very judgmental little kindergartner, I was like, what's this girl's deal? I soon realized she was so cool, very weird, wonderfully weird. But she became such a good friend, and she lived nearby, so my parents could drop me off, and her parents were really nice, sweet, funny people, and she could never really come to my house for very long because of that separation anxiety, and I don't think she ever slept over. But I could go to her place for sleepovers all the time, and we'd play computer games in her she had a little computer room. They'd turned their porch into a little computer room. So that was super fun, and we would play dress up. I mean, that was a given. I made everyone play dress up, but she was just very funny and very stubborn. And, I remember, and in the summer we would play in the sprinkler and put water balloons down our bathing suits. It's required, believe me. It's absolutely required. She's just even though she had this separation anxiety at school, she was fearless. In her own home, in her own neighborhood, in her own element, she was fearless. So she would love to walk up to neighbors with little water balloon breast implants in her bathing suits and be like, "Hi, you notice anything? Hi." We were 17 when actually we were 9, Or, during an election, holding up signs on the back roads to get people to vote by honking, going up to neighbors' doors, pretending we were little detectives and asking if they had any mysteries that needed solving. So she was a lot of fun, and just shows that you should never count someone out just because they have very intense anxiety. We would play this fabulous game, and her dad would take us to a local pool, and it was her idea. She had a great imagination too, and she was like, "We're gonna go underwater for as long as we can. We're gonna swim around with our little goggles, not acknowledge each other underwater. We're gonna have our own adventures, and then we're gonna come back and tell each other what we got up to." So she was very independent in her own way. She liked parallel play a lot, I think. So we would go, that was fun to just try to wow each other with what we got up to underwater. Maybe one of us went down to a secret lost civilization and the other had a tea party with some mer people, things like that, And then I had a friend, V. She was actually G for a while until she decided she didn't want to go by her middle name anymore because it was babyish. I guess that's what her family called her when she was little and she wanted to grow herself up. And she was very quiet, shy around other people. And she liked crafts a lot, and we would make paper dolls together for hours at a time, or watch movies. She's a fun person to introduce to different movies because she had more strict parents, a more strict father really, so my house was somewhere she could go and watch things that other kids were watching, and she was just kind of being kept from watching. It was very rude of me. I should not have, undermined her family's wishes like that, but they were a little bit sheltering at times. So it was just fun to introduce her to movies that she loved. Once she loved something, she loved it. I don't know what she's up to today, but I feel like she's just the sort of person who gets really into a hobby or a fandom, fan culture, special interests. we loved to make paper dolls together. There was one summer her parents were working a lot, and it was a big help to her mom that she could come over to my place from like 10 to 5 every day, something like that. Like 7 hours for like 2 or 3 weeks. I was so happy. It was like our own little camp. And we would make paper dolls and magazines and put on little plays. She liked like quiet indoor activities. She was super creative. She had a lot of really intense allergies. So, you know, that meant that we could never go in my basement. We could never go in my basement because we had cats. So we had to clean really well before we came over and make sure the cats were away. Just kept it downstairs, so she like never went into my basement, funny enough. But yeah, super fun. And let's see, I'll do one more. My friend A, I think I met in 1st grade. And she was really sweet. She was really sweet, really thoughtful, really mellow. And it was just her and her mom because she was adopted by a single mother. She was adopted from Peru. And so her mom would be around a lot of the time whenever we did activities. Her mom liked to take us on lots of outings. That was definitely the vibe with that friend. Her mom was always happy to take us to a park or to a fort, a historical site. Lots of those where I'm from. So I think we went to Mount Vernon once, walked around the Chesapeake for an afternoon, like walked along the shore. Yeah, I didn't spend as much time with A as I did with B and R. But I always had a great time with her. Oh, and she had a really cool bedroom. I think as a plus of being an only child. So yeah, those are a few of my childhood friends. And maybe I can do a part 2 or focus on some stories from one of them at a time, things like that. I could definitely show you the paper dolls that Via and I made together because I still have them all. Well, I think she has some of them, which is only fair, but whatever I had, I definitely kept because it was very important to me. So thank you all so much for watching and listening. I hope you get lots and lots of good REM sleep, and as always, I hope all your dreams are sweet.